Hiya, Solstice here, bringing you the first animatic from the Chronos studio. We've taken inspiration from the last world I visited, which looked rather cyberpunk and had a bunch of characters in it, especially EP01. Still don't know who that is? Go play Oneshot. Do it! Anyways, I hope you enjoy the semi-moving picture production, and now let's get right into it. You wake up in a dirty-looking side alley. Getting up, you feel your entire body hurt, as if it's been torn apart and put back together. Looking around further, you see an open door. Approaching it, you peek inside, and looking directly at you are a pair of yellow, glowing eyes, paired with dark blue hair and cat ears, looking quite familiar. Nico? You say out loud. The person, who looks quite similar to Nico, but older, inspects you closer. My name is Nico, but I don't recognize you. You're not my user. Well, that was a slight disappointment, but nothing too surprising. The Nico you knew was living in a village after all. You look further into the room and see what looks like a bunch of high-tech medical equipment. You ask the Nico where you are, and if they got any idea on how you got there. Well, many people who were once gods and messiahs end up in this space. It is the work of a world machine who wasn't content with just idly sitting on their user's computer. That world machine had access to a lot of Magitech hardware and tapped into it to then create this semi-virtual world. This world is meant to be a utopia, but it also does have its out-of-bounds areas, like this place, which the world machine can't control. Folks like you should stay away from these places, I'd recommend. You are a bit surprised, but then realize other worlds follow other rules. You are just about to ask when the Nico continues talking. However, you're probably wondering, can I go back home? Giving a nod to the Nico, you prompt them to continue. You are connected to this world for as long as you sleep. At certain points you can choose to wake up again, but for now you are here. A thought crosses your mind, and you wonder if your Nico is in this world yet. And so you just ask that. Well, most of the time the Nikos and their gods get transported to the same place, but sometimes the system's a bit whack. Don't worry about it though. Nikos are less likely to get misplaced on their way here. Good thing you're equipped with cyberware from the start. See that pad on your forearm? Tap it to engage the system. You do as you're told and see an interface pop up in your vision. Takes a bit to get used to and calibrate it, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty useful though. Control it by using your thoughts. So, you try to think of Nico, putting your hands on the metal pad again. Strings of data appear in your vision, turning into a large map with some telemetry data of the current search, before a marker appears on the map with a notice. Establish voice connection. You tell the Nico you will try to establish a call with your Nico. Confirming the notice with your mind, you start the call. After a few rings, the connection is established. Hello, who is this? There's definitely a difference in Nico's voice to what you imagined. They seem to be much older than when you first met, which does make sense though, considering how much time has passed. It is me, player. There's a short bit of silence. Did I get transported into the world machine again? I thought we fixed everything. It's a bit more complicated than that. We're both in this world and can leave soon again and return. That's a relief, but where are you? I'm at some kind of cyber doctor's workshop. I have your location but not much info about this world yet. I'll get back to you somehow after getting more info about this place. Just look for a safe space to stay put and maybe use your new computer implant to figure out some stuff about this world, okay? Your Nico agrees and you end the call, saying you'll keep in contact over text. Turning back to the dock, Nico, you ask your next question. So, how do I get to my Nico? More importantly, how do I survive in this world? The Dr. Nico sits down and prompts you to do as well. Each new arrival actually gets to pick a vehicle they can summon. For how you survive this utopian society, if you want to see it as utopian that is, works on a system which rewards you for good deeds and helping others. Normal jobs are completely optional, but can also blend with the good deeds system. Usually your cyberware would have prompted you with a selection screen for stuff, but since you're out of bounds the system could not reach you. I'd recommend you'd go somewhere inside the bounds and let the onboarding process take place. The rest will be solved by the system. After a few more questions and an obligatory headband for the dog Nico, you head outside of the Dark Elm to the main street. As soon as you get there, text pops up in your vision. You tab through a bunch of menus, getting information about this world and more. You tab through a few more menus, also getting information about your place of residence, personal transportation and more. Once the onboarding is completed, you summon your car. It is a simple yet cyberpunk looking sedan, filled with a bunch of displays which gloriously started up. Taking a look at the city as you drive through it, it looks complex and futuristic, with many different layers of streets, buildings and walkways. Reminds you a bit of Cyberpunk 2077, your car looking just as cyberpunk as your surroundings. I wonder if the World Machine was inspired by that game. Around you are many flashy looking people, probably characters from different games and shows. Following the navigation, you drive through the city. It does indeed look quite advanced, but you also can't forget what the Nycrodoc said about the out-of-bounds areas. Well, every world ought to have its bad parts. You see what looks like a mix of a space and airship flyby, but also its neat parts. After a while more driving, you arrive what looks like to be a train station. You park your car on the curb and head inside.